My name is Gina, and I was introduced to this program due to the fact that I have dealt with anxiety my whole life. Let's see, as a child, I had anxiety which came out in the way of a lot of worry, a lot of repetitive thinking, obsessing over the same things, and a lot of worry. As I've gotten older, I feel like the anxiety has come and gone, but it's gotten worse as I got older. I would say the biggest thing that I deal with is social anxiety. The way that I counteract my social anxiety is I maintain some boundaries by way of staying home a lot. Social anxiety for me is I'll obsess over the event before it happens and try not to talk myself out of it. Some of the ways that I deal with my social anxiety is when I go out, I try to put everything in the back burner before I actually go do something, and I just get through it. But then I need a few days downtime after because I get extremely overwhelmed, and I'll rethink every situation, every conversation. It definitely affects my quality of life in the sense that there's a whole world of things and events and social activities that I could go to. Sometimes I want to, and I don't because out of fear more than anything. The talk therapy helps by way of giving me tools to deal with things in a process, but it doesn't really take away that visceral reaction that I feel when it comes time to do something. Some of the most helpful things that I've tried would be, for the repetitive or the anxiety, would be medication. But I don't like the risk and reward factor. You know, it makes me feel too flat, but it stops the repetitive thinking or the anxiousness of something. I have tried alternative therapies like the tapping and the breath work. It's really been amazing how much it takes off that physical edge right in the moment. One time I was going into an interview and I was sitting in my car very anxious, and I tried it, and it totally made my feeling go from like a 10 to a 3, and I did go into the interview and I didn't feel the anxiety, and I actually got the job. I've tried medications in the past for anxiety, and after a certain amount of time, it does affect my sleep, and it makes me feel a little numb, and it takes off too much of the edge to where I don't feel it's really worth taking. I felt like it affected my personality, to where it takes a lot for me to get out and to be outgoing. And then when a medication takes that away, what little that I can, what a little I have in the tank, it's not worth it for me. I think for me, I want to get to the root cause, and I feel much better about putting supplements into my body than a medication. So in the hair analysis, they found that I am a slow processor. So if my body doesn't have the ability to break things down, then just adding supplements to start speeding things up or to make things produce right, that to me sounds like a win-win for me. I mean, starting from the base point and not just adding something that a doctor would give you when you don't even know what's really underlying cause of anything.